Living history, World War II stories as told by those who were there.
Our bomber wings grind ahead on the last lap to the Empire. From the southeast, our fighter escort appears. The Mustangs climb in formation to take positions above the boxes of B-29s. Lead bombers begin to circle. Landfall is picked up, along with the first flak burst from enemy coastal batteries. Fujiyama, the familiar white beacon, marks the turn for initial point. Flak becomes heavier and more accurate. And now the first Jap snoopers appear, diving head-on into the formations. Some are suicide fighters trying to ram our bombers. Our P-51s go out after them. The P-51's job is to protect the B-29s. But some of those Jap fighters filter through and meet the blast of bomber guns. A tail gunner pleads with a nip fighter to come in a little closer. From the turn at initial point, the tight bomber waves move steadily on and get ready for business. The Tokyo area breaks clear. Here's where we pay off. The bombers turn and go downwind across the burnt acres of Tokyo.
Radar system, they called it the APQ-13, and it had a circular scope on it, and you could get from 20 to 100, 150 mile range on it. We use it basically for navigation, although we did employ it for bombing on what you call incendiary raids, where you had to pattern area. The scope would be like looking at something like a negative, black and white. Land surfaces were bright, surfaces of the sea, water, canyons and stuff like that were dark. You could pick out buildings, in other words, cities would be brighter on the map than land surfaces. We flew 27 missions from end of February to the middle of August when the bomb was dropped. Every once in a while they put up a max effort where they'd fly everything that they could fly. They also developed techniques for flying against the B-29. Many of those were head-on impact into the pilot's compartments. Daylight missions were usually formation, where you'd fly to what they call rendezvous point, maybe 50 miles off the target, and you'd circle there and gather up the group, and then you'd go on in. Most of the night missions, incendiary missions, were sort of single file. You see the target by the light that it was created from the first planes that dropped over. There'd be tremendous fires going on. And if you come in and halfway through that mission or in the tail end, you would experience some of the most fierce thermal rises that you could imagine. When you got into that thermal over that fire of a whole city burning up, it would take you up like an express elevator. One of the main missions that we flew, for which we received the Distinguished Flying Cross, was an area where we lost a couple of engines on a 7th of April, and we were able to bomb the target. There was fighter response there and lots of flak. We lost our number 1 engine from flak and shut it down, feathered it, and then as we left the target we lost our number 2 engine, and that was a fire which could not be extinguished. And as we left the target, we prepared to ditch. But the pilot was an ingenious guy. He and the flight engineer nursed that thing. They figured that we had a chance to maybe go to Iwo Jima. So now we're 2 engines on the right side, 3 and 4. Almost 650 miles from Tokyo to Iwo Jima. Got to Iwo, we had an emergency landing. We did not crash, so the airplane was saved.